Hello and welcome. This is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, and we are using the 4090 graphics card. So on the top left you can see the FPS in MSI Afterburner, and in the top right you can see the FPS in the nvidia utility, which you activate by hitting left Alt and R. We've got a little Mirage here today. I haven't spent very long learning this aircraft, but we'll just see what we can do on the aircraft quickly. So we're just jumping into the cockpit. I'm using the Tobii Tracker 5. The 2.8 update just sort of released today, so that's just come out a few hours ago, so there's also that. Let's see how we go. I'm just going to turn on that and then that, and then we'll click on this switch here, that switch, they're all forward, so we can push these. Click this twice and that twice, go down to here, click that up, can turn on the battery, but I'll just skip that at the moment. I'm going to click this all the way down. I'm going to release that throttle. I'm going to go up to here, activate that. This is for the guns. I'm going to click on all of this. Open the lid, get rid of the joystick. I don't know if we can click this button yet. No, it doesn't let you. I can push G on the keyboard to open up that maybe. And now we'll turn on the battery. We'll have all our horrible sounds, we'll get rid of the sounds, and then we'll just hold down here, right mouse button for 1 or 2 seconds, and then let go. Engine should start, and it is. So then we'll make sure we've got our canopy closed, and we'll go over to here and just click that button. Push that forward and hit the servo button over here. Whoops, I think that's servo button, I'm not sure about that. Okay, now we can push these forward, and that one for the nose wheel steering. We can release this. It's in the center, and our radar should be turned on. We can change it to we'll turn that on. Got a radar going on there. We can change this to whatever mode we want. I'll just change it to that. And then if I can sit a little bit lower, that'll be nice. That's a bit better. Alright, cool. Zoom out. And we're ready to taxi. So we can take off the parking brake, which I think is now released, and we'll give it a little bit of throttle. We'll see if the plane moves. Yep. And then we can see our frames per second in the top left and right. They're around about 158. So this is a bit of a new aircraft for me, but that's the cold dark start. I've had about 1 day with it, and realistically learning it. I quickly had a look at how to use all the weapons and stuff, and then I haven't done much more with it. And then I'm just making this video now. I'm sort of teaching myself the plane still at the moment. But I want to show you the 4090 graphics card and the new 2.8 engine which came out for DCS, so that's very cool. You can just tap W if it needs a brake. It's a cool plane for someone just starting out this aircraft, because you can sort of teach someone it pretty quickly, or you could learn it pretty quickly and be useful. Like you could start dropping bombs and having to go at using the cannons and doing a bit of air combat. Look at that FPS now, almost 180. That's just so impressive. So we'll just level it up here, hit the W on the keyboard, bring that throttle back to idle-ish, go over to here. I'm just going to hit this button for the nose wheel steering. That's out for sure. And then that's mostly it. So we're just going to push the throttle forward. Keep W held down. Wait for the green light to come on here. Let go of W. Jump into the external view, because real life pilots always jump into the external view when they're taking off. Look at that glow, isn't that cool? This is beautiful. Alright, so we should look at our speed. We can see over here it's around about 140. We can start bringing up the gear and so forth. So we'll slowly pull it up. Push G on the keyboard for the gear and left control and F for the flaps. You can look at that, bring the throttle back and we're in the sky. How easy is that? So yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll turn it around. 180 FPS, that's just impressive. In DCS, 180 FPS, yeah, I'll take that. So if we can hit westish, that'll be cool. I think we've still got to turn left a bit. Just going to turn on the cheat mode with the labels, because it'll be easier to see on YouTube what the hell is going on. It'll also help me. So we'll go over to here and we'll drive this direction, still a bit more right for sure. We can use the radar if we have to, but yeah. I don't know if I've set up the controls, but I think I can move it around with this. So you can see I can sort of move it around. He's going to appear somewhere down here. And then I might be able to select the target like that, but I'm unsure at the moment what I selected for that button. All of those lights are out. We'll use our trim just a little bit, just to stop it launching into the sky so much. But other than that, yeah, you can use the Tobii Tracker 5. So, left wing, right wing, and then up, and then down, left, right, look down here, look down here, and you can zoom in on whatever you want to sort of zoom in on. Can hold it pretty steady. It would be better if I had it a bit more center. So the other thing which I did was I got a 32-inch monitor. I didn't know if the Tobii Tracker 5 would work with a 32-inch monitor. You can see him there on the map. We'll see if we can see him on the radar. I think we can. Around about here. I could be wrong. Anyway, if we see him, we'll try and play with the lock. I don't know what button I use for locking. It's definitely not that. Doesn't really matter. So we'll be able to see him soon in front of me. There he is down below. We can change it to Canon if we want. He's letting off all his flares left, right and centre. So you can see him over there. And we'll just keep an eye on him. We can go back to centre. We can go and look at him if we need to. Don't pass over the top of us. I'm just watching him with my eyes here. We've turned the plane around. And then we can hopefully just change it so I can zoom in a little bit. Way too far out at the moment. But we know the guns are working. So that's nice. And we'll just go until we run out of fuel. But yeah. So just keeping an eye on him. Just following him with the Tobii Tracker 5. Can go back to center, can go back to him, can go back to center, can go back to him. Back to center, back to him. I need to fix this plane. It's having issues trying to keep up with him here. We might be able to take a shot here. God, the lighting. I know it's good and everything, but he's extending quite a lot. Now it's going up. I've also got a lot of speed here. But I can't just pull the nose around like this. And so you can see him just disappearing off to the left here. Back of our plane, there he is over there. 178 frames per second on 2.8 DCS. 3.2 kilometers away, and we're just turning that nose around. Wonder if I can fire this off or something. Wow, he's just running. He's up there. And that little light comes on, I believe it means you got a lock. It's only 2, so I can only click those 2. Okay. $180 FPS. How crazy is that? Anyway, it just gives you a bit of an idea of the Tobii eye tracker. And the plane I'm not particularly familiar with. Can I have a little look? He's crashed. He's crashed. Look at that on the map. There's a parachute. So that explains why I can't see him no more. Wow. We can get ourselves back to neutral. Interested to see the results after this, but yeah. Okay, so if we want to just try and find our airbase, we can land here at Alcazar or something. Not too worried, just as long as we land. That'll be cool. It's a little bit of an idea on. I did do one video which was a lot better with the me just constantly tracking him, but this still gives you a pretty good idea. So I think we will go with this. Just see if we can land, because that'll be the final thing for me to do. Okay, let's fly straight. Just bring it down to neutral. Watching that speed there. And see if I can just visually see the runway first, because once I can visually see it, then I know what I'm doing. I haven't visually seen anything yet. There should be a runway over there somewhere to our right. Yep, to our hard right. It seems. And have you seen a runway around here? Off to the right wing, there's supposed to be a runway. Just saying. Maybe this will help. Is that the runway? No way, that's the runway. No, there's no way it's the runway. That's definitely a runway. Okay, we know what we're doing now. So we're gonna just land over there. So That's okay. I'm just landing at 180 frames per second here. See how we go. Try and get comfy in the seat. Did it get on the ground? Yeah, got on the ground. It should have nose wheel steering on now. Yep. Look at that frames per second, man. That's crazy. Nothing too crazy, but in terms of what I'm running, I'm not in the carrier. I don't have lots of things on the map, but we want to see it in good conditions first before we start doing that. Because the way you can learn an aircraft is just like this, pretty much, just with you and an empty map. That's critical to just learn the aircraft. So you want nice frame rate for that purpose. So there's quite a lot of utility to just being able to put yourself on the map and learn the aircraft with a nice high frame rate. Yeah, 178, 179 FPS. We've managed to take off and get back onto the ground again. You can do that parachute shoot thing. I did learn that the other day, but I don't know what I've set the command to. Left control B or something, who knows. And I think you can hit that lever, but I dropped it straight away. Anyway, here's our plane. One thing I do think DCS could fix, when it's raining, you're sitting in the cockpit, there's this lovely raindrop effect, but you're under this. So there shouldn't be any rain just while you're under this, and then when you get outside of this little area, then the rain should happen. Don't know, something if they could look at would be really cool. But other than that, really impressed with this little aircraft. Really good frames per second. 2.8 update seems to have improved the frames per second, for me at least, not running VR and just using it as it is. 32-inch monitor with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is really good. It works, it's possible to do it. I haven't even got it in the center of the screen. You can see how I can take off and land and look around and that sort of stuff. So perfectly playable with a 32-inch monitor, the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. And the 4090 graphics card is very powerful, well worth a massive jump in frames per second over a 3080 or some other equivalent graphics card. It's really quite leaps and bounds ahead, and it really makes all of these game's so much more fun to play. Thank you for watching.